Hey guys, and oh wow, I'm uploading on my art channel again after God knows how long. Amazing. Anyways, so you know Mermay, right? The month where every single day of May, you draw a mermaid based on a prompt for said day. Yeah, I was gonna do that before realizing that I got too much to work on right now. So instead, as a smaller project, I'll be drawing 5 SeaAnimal humanoid designs. Please note that I'm not going to go into detail about these animals aside from how it relates to designs, since I'm generally bad at trying to convey information about animals into a script. Anyways, with everything out of the way, let's dive right in. The strigated frogfish, also known as the Aternaria straeus, and also the hairy frogfish. This is the first one I'll be drawing. Now, originally, I was going to do a generic anglerfish, but then I went to a bit of a rabbit hole and discovered the strigated frogfish. I was so endeared by this that I decided to go with this instead of the generic anglerfish, and I think it was for the better. Anyways, so for her, I gave her tons of hair with less hairs around the face for cohesion purposes, along with a short and chubby stature, since this frogfish and others like it are small and round in structure. As a small thing I've decided on is to make her eyelashes like the quote hairs on her body and head as a consistency detail. For this piece, it is the first time I've actually colored in that rounded pattern that some fish have, and honestly, for this, I feel it's the weakest part, but it was my first time working on something like it. So it's not going to be entirely perfect. In fact, my art is not entirely perfect. It's like intermediate. But yeah, this was the most tedious to outline, but I really like the end result for her. Also, I forgot to record me putting in the highlights on her, so when you see her with highlights later on, that's why. With all that said, let's move on to the next one. The tardigrade, also known as water bears or moss piglets, is the second one I'll be drawing. This one is a more simpler design, but you know what? That is completely fine. Simple design doesn't automatically mean it's a bad design. Anyways, for this I wanted to do an oversized hoodie kind of deal with their structure. And I mean extremely oversized, to the point that their hoodie is practically a dress. Fun fact about this one, it ended up taking about 18 minutes to outline, color, shade, and highlight, making this the shortest one I've worked on out of the 5. I have nothing much else to say for this one, so let's now move on to the next one. The viper dogfish, also known as the viper shark, and the Trigonognathus cabaya, is the third one I'll be drawing. For this, I wanted to make him a very slender, tall guy, in spite of the actual animal being rather pretty small in real life. I mean, then again, I'm not really making him or anyone here, like, hyper accurate to the respective animals, but yeah, I really like how I designed him in accordance to the viper dogfish. The anatomy was a little bit fiddly, but I think in the end it turned out fine, at the very least. I also forgot to record me highlighting him. Sorry again. Anyways, let's continue forward. The mandarin dragonet, also known as Synchiropus splendus, and the mandarin fish, is the fourth one I'm drawing. What I wanted to do for this design, I wanted to do a fabulous kind of look to him, and I kinda did. Really, I feel that for this design in particular, I think that the coloring will help to convey a better idea of the design than the outlines would. Another difficulty with designing him is his head. Trying to get it to look like the actual Mandarin Dragonet's head is a pain, especially with how the head is formed. Overall, I think this is the best one I've done in terms of overall coloring job. Also, fun fact, that little spike part at the end of the fin you see on his back is an indicator of him being a guy based on how gender is differentiated in the Mandarin Dragonet. Let's now move on to the last and final one. The barrel-eye fish, also known as the spookfish, is the fifth and the last one I'm drawing. When I found this fish while I was looking for a 5th SeaAnimal for this, I was searching for any deep sea animal to add to this, and I found this guy, and I was like, yeah, I'll do this one. Why not? For this, I wanted to do a glass head since it makes the most sense in translating this into a humanoid design. Speaking of the head, It was a bit of a challenge to work on since I wanted to also replicate how it's translucent. In the end, I think I got it right in a general sense. But yeah, we now go on to the outro for this video. Overall, I really liked working on this project in spite of that it took me way longer to work on. Mostly due to my issues with procrastination and the fact that I'm, again, like I said in the beginning, I'm working on a multitude of things all at once. But yeah, I would like to do more of these kinds of videos in between projects that are bigger and time consuming to work on. I'm also aware that the pacing is a bit all over the place, but I feel that's just how this script ended up being. But yeah, anyways, I hope y'all have a good day and I'll see you guys next time.